Okay, I think we're here. No music, straight into it. Yep, and then just get rid of all the desktop icons. Yes, almost stuffed it up again, Jim. Here we go. Make sure that's all running. That's all running. That's all running. Yes, I see that. And the audio is off. I don't get a feedback loop. I don't need to actually see it stream. Okay.
I'm blurry. What's going on?
You're blurry. Put your hand in front of it. Yeah, it does that.
No, still blurry.
There we go. No, it came in. Yes, it came in.
Shit.
Good morning, David. Good morning, Kieran. Kieran. Kieran.
Ah,
Kieran.
That's like that what was it? Kiri by Mr.
No
in
way.
the 80s.
I don't know that one. And Jim. G'day, Jim. How you doing? Saturday morning. Here we are, live on YouTube, funny platform. With a 30-second delay. Oi, oi, how are we all? We're doing pretty good.
Better.
Todd may even fly today. You never know.
Not today. I'm planning on tomorrow.
I thought you said you had one lined up for today.
Well, I haven't heard back from my CFO.
Oh, okay,
yeah. I'm in his hands. I still need a chief flying instructor. So.
Divina? How would you say that? G'day, guys. Love to come visit Rochester, New York. Okay. Well, you're always welcome to come over anytime, you know. It just requires a bit of a sort of a tourist visa, right? A little bit of money in the bank. 20. Was it how much money they want you at the? They got it 20,000 baht.
3,000 baht. Yeah.
20,000 baht was it? You know.
By law, you need 20,000 baht on you to enter. By law.
But whether that's enforced or not's another one. But they just. Yeah, I think even from America, it's visa exempt or visa waived or for 30 days. Just jump on a plane. It's only what, $2,000, and some spending money. Great place to visit. Just don't go to Pattaya, you know.
Oh, not at the moment.
You get beat up by Kuwaitis in Pattaya.
If you're a paramedic, you do.
Oh, if you're a paramedic. Oh my, the strife that's been coming out of Pattaya lately. Oh my God, it's just. Yeah, well, I keep on referring to the fact that, you know, when we look at Thailand, Pattaya and Phuket are not really part of Thailand, even though they are located in Thailand. They are completely two different cities compared to the rest of Thailand. Bangkok, you know, is a bit of a cosmopolitan city that has certain aspects of Phuket and Pattaya in it, but generally it's more a business centre. But the rest of Thailand is quite benign from that sort of stuff. I was just watching the news articles for the last week. Oh my God, there's that ongoing dextering of somebody, you know, dextering the cut up body of somebody, and how many people they've got? So 6 people they've caught for that now, and the house of cards is tumbling down, right? You know. The worst part about it is the fact that, you know, we're now looking down the barrel of a change in immigration law, where they want to have us put more money into Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where they're going with that, but wouldn't you sort of go to the actual root of the problem rather than, we touched on it briefly last week. You got people like you and me that are doing the right thing. We've got the money in the account, and we're doing the 90-day reporting and everything like that, and they're going to sort of up the ante on us to sort of get rid of an issue that shouldn't really be there. Yeah,
I know. It's you know, the low hanging fruit. We're the easy ones to pick because you know we're the least likely to run amok because we're over 60, we're over 50, and we've had enough, and we just want to relax and enjoy the rest of our life together, and that's it. I got the UPS Atom 2000. Works great. All systems are operational. What's the output? That's 200 VA. So what's the load? What is it? 1500 VA? What's the recommendation before it starts to be impactful? Because 2000 is the standard, but it's probably only about 1400 usable. 1400, 1500. But yeah, if you're not running a UPS in Thailand, you're open to a world of disaster.
I've got mine, but I don't know whether it's still going straight through or whether it's online yet. So,
oh well, we're got to come down to visit you at some stage. But next week we got a Saturday boys' night out planned for next Saturday in Bangkok. So
organised coming back up.
Jerry will probably put you up for the night.
Yeah.
As I said, we've got a place out here, but it's a bit further out of the city. 1200 watts, 200 VAC, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. That's a decent sort of size system for a computer. Should serve you well. Give you about 10 minutes to get everything shut down properly. If you're around. If not, it'll just beep out. Yeah, don't forget to put the shutdown software on if you can find, if they come with shutdown software, so it can elegantly shut your computer down if you like to let it run overnight and things like that. Which is something I still need to do. I still haven't put the shutdown software on after 5 years.
I've got to find an extra LAN cable because I've got the software. It just needs a LAN cable direct to the UPS.
I put the software on, but for some reason it wouldn't talk to my UPS. Probably because I was going through a USB hub. I didn't try it directly.
No, you got to do it direct.
I know.
That's my understanding. Yeah.
I was running out of ports direct because other things require direct ports and not hubs. Yeah. Look at about 8 devices plugged into this computer. It's ridiculous. But moving right along. Yeah, so yeah, there was the latest that the Kuwaitis beating up a paramedic.
Yeah.
There was, what else was there? There was another, well, I'm going to say Middle Eastern gang running races down the streets and running into people and causing all sorts of basically it's become lawless, from what we're seeing in the news. I'm pretty sure it's not like that, the news focuses on all the stuff that goes wrong, but we see these episodes probably once every 3 or 4 months, probably 3 or 4 times a year they hit the news, but over the last 4 weeks we've had a year's worth in 4 weeks, and this is what's happening to Pattaya. It's just becoming unruly. And there's certain factions in Pattaya that are trying to curb it. I think they want to shut down nighttime access to beaches now.
Put a curfew in, yeah.
Yeah, putting a curfew. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on down there, but nice place to visit. But yeah, wouldn't want to stay there.
No. Bang Chung is far enough away, but close enough to do what I need to do. So.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jim. The English father and son. But I saw the footage. It looks like the Englishman started that. That was just typically, that in that situation. That I won't show it because how YouTube works with the copyright shit. But what we saw in the video is in an altercation they were pulled outside, right? And the young Brit just starts mouthing off.
Yeah.
Well, what do you expect that's going to achieve?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you don't do in Thailand. Don't raise your voice.
Yeah.
Kieran, thank you very much. Morning coffee's on us. Let's go make coffee.
Got mine.
Mine's empty. See this cute little cup, glass Mum bought. I've had this now for 4 years. A little story. I bought some nice glasses for doing my iced coffee. There's a certain size for iced coffee you got to get right. We eventually broke all 4 of the ones that I bought, but Mother broke the last one. So she went out to the local store and bought me this little cow cup.
No cow.
Cow. It just lasted for 4 years. She hasn't broken that one. She's so good. Tap the heart to tap it on the super chat to help your fans feel recognised. What does that do? There we go. I hearted that, whatever that means. Weird shit. They're doing all this, engagement stuff that, really, engagement on YouTube is about keeping the audience engaged by what your content is. I don't know how that, there we go. Thank you, Karen. the 30-second delay shit that I got to deal with. This is why I prefer to live stream on Twitch, because it's like 5 seconds delay. I can say something, you hear it, and it only takes like 5 seconds to type an answer. But trying to get all you people across the Twitch has been like an impossible task. So we'll just continue to do the hour here, and then we'll swap over. But yeah, I just lost my train of thought then.
No, we were talking about patio, what's happening.
Yeah, that's right. I got this heart thing, YouTube, and it's
it's new. It's like a shiny new toy. Oh,
shiny toys. Yeah, and get us all lost, you know. But it's about content, you know. Like I'm saying, like seriously, I said this last week. I do run this one YouTube channel, one Facebook group. It's got like 70,000, members in the group. And the group is the YouTubers vlog, it's about vlogging on YouTube. YouTubers vlog. And it's cool. And everybody comes in now, like, it used to be YouTubers. Now it's fucking TikTokers and fucking people doing, what do you call it, the Facebooks, what do they call the Facebook one? All this, 5-second engagement stuff. And that's all I see on that. And I just, sorry, you didn't read the rules.
Yeah.
ban. I've actually broken Facebook. They can no longer give me the authentication that they have been banned from the group. It just, because I've banned so many people on the group doing TikTok videos on my YouTube video. It's so full of people being banned. It now errors out when I'm banning them. Well, I'm sorry, it's for YouTubers, not TikTokers. Go and join a TikTok Facebook group, for crying out loud. Don't put your shit on here. I want people that that want engage their audience with content, like an alternate TV program. You don't get it on TikTok. You don't get that on fucking Reels. Reels was the thing I was thinking of. See, I think it's in the top of your mind. It's a word.
Never heard of that one.
Well,
never heard of
Reels.
Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, Reels, Facebook Reels and shit. And of course now Facebook's now properly integrated with Instagram, but they don't present the Instagram videos in an Instagram format. They make you click on them to go to Instagram. So there's Facebook losing traction on their platform to go to their other platform. I don't know who designed that one, but yeah, such is life. I just like to, tell you people about the technical challenges we have trying to deal with the internet these days. Every 5 minutes something changes. Oh my God. You probably don't see it, but somebody who's plugged in like I am, it changes daily.
No, well, I just have my own little thing. I'm so used to when I've set up the YouTube screen on one side so I can follow the chat and respond to everyone. And I normally have the picture in theatre mode. It was like full screen, and normally you just hover over it and it gives you the little options down there, sort of split screen, pop out, theatre mode. That's disappeared. It's gone. Well, doesn't exist anymore.
I still see it on mine, so maybe it's just something to do with something you've clicked on. Presentation format or something. I don't know. Like they change things all the time.
I don't muck around with if it's set, it's set. It works. You've shown me how to do it. I keep it that way. That's like no. I don't have enough room in my brain to deal with new shit.
Yes, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Who's here? Where's Mayor Groves? I haven't seen Mayor Groves.
Oh, they're probably just
they're
lurking or slacking off. Or they didn't get out of bed properly this morning. That's what it is.
Mayor Groves is always.
It is Mother's Day in Thailand today.
Is it the 11th?
It's the 12th. It's the 12th. Well, I don't know what the official day is, but Sonia was up early this morning to take Mother to some friends' houses or house to have some time with friends on Mother's Day. Of course, Facebook also told me that was, 4 years ago we went and did this with Mother, and 5 years ago we went and did this with Mother, and 6 years ago we went and did this with Mother. And we're not. We might go to the restaurant tonight. Just for mother.
Chrysanthemums, isn't it? Is it chrysanthemums?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Do we get
I can see it.
chrysanthemums? Do we get chrysanthemums? I haven't seen chrysanthemums here.
This is where I need me groves. There's a particular flower in Thailand that is directly related to Mother's Day, and they reckon the prices have tripled in the last 3 days.
It wouldn't
Trying to
surprise
buy
me.
it and get it. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, so Mother's Day. So she was up. Her alarm went up at 7:30 this morning. So she was up and showering when I got up, and they're off and doing Mother's Day things today. But I said we'll probably take it to dinner tonight. So it might be another extra video this week. You never know. I don't do other videos of daily life. I'm trying to get the feedback from people. I'm trying to get an idea of what people really want. You know, it seems like people just like the everyday stuff. But how low do you take the everyday stuff? You know, me eating breakfast. Because I've seen those videos, you know, where they set the third person camera, and you know, you walk into the kitchen, you make your coffee, and then you know you cut that bit and you drink your coffee, and you know, and then you're walking out the door like as if you got a cameraman outside watching you walk out. Really, that's a lot of work. Does it float? And it's all staged because, like, you know, it's just you know. People know it's just you setting up different cameras. And I'm trying to keep this reality going, you know. And how do you make coffee when you know, like, okay, here's the example. Where's my camera? There you go. So you got your camera in your hand like this, and you know, you got your coffee in there, and you know, like that's your coffee cup, and you get and try to. No, I can't see that working. It's just not going to work. I'm going to get coffee everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, what people, you know, again, so I've talked about it. You know, just getting on the bike or even on the scooter and just, you know, running around and showing you the neighbourhoods and telling people stories. Well, that's what I've been doing. We do our lunch. And we talk a bit of a story, you know. That's, you know, something that seems to be topical for the week or something that's on my mind, which is what the current format is. I'm just trying to lift it a little bit more, you know. You know, I'm trying to avoid, you know, the how to live in how to do all the paperwork for Thailand. You know, I saw that Andy put out a video that, you know. Again, you must do one every 6 months. You know, how to obtain a retirement visa for Thailand, and if you're coming from England, you know, there's 1,000 videos like that, and it's going to be different for everybody. You can't make those videos anymore because they change the laws every 5 minutes, and people are going to go and pick up that video from 6 years ago. But you said in this video 6 years ago that all I needed to do was this. Well, that was 6 years ago, but people don't think like that. Yeah, me as a gamer, I think like that. And when I'm looking for, you know, clue hits videos on how to do that, you know, okay, when was that published? Oh, a week ago, a month ago, 2 months ago. Oh, that's when the patch came out. I can't use that video. That won't make any sense, you know. Yeah. But again, you know, people don't think like that anymore. How many times do you see blog articles come up from 10 years ago as if it's brand new use? I see it on the science workers all the time with some of the, you know, reposters that go out there, and I see articles come out from PhysOrg from 6 years ago about this great discovery. Then you go on, well, okay, what's the LK99? That's the most recent discovery. You know what LK99 is? Was it LK99 or LK92? Somebody correct me if I got the numbers wrong. LK99. It's a room temperature superconductor.
Okay.
It was discovered about 6 years ago. Right, and recent experiments out of Japan have concluded the fact that it exhibits all properties of superconducting at room temperature. I don't know if anybody realises the impact if this is really going to happen.
Well, chip manufacturing is just going to go over the bloody moon.
There is chip manufacturing as one side. There's
a shortage of that at the moment.
I'm talking about the fucking 60 terawatts of fucking power we use here in the world. Dramatically gets reduced to about maybe 45,000 terawatts if they can replace all the cabling over a 10-year period, if it works out to be a thing, because that's what you need to do. Right, we're not worried about the microamps in a fucking chip, even though we've got, you know, 10 million fucking computers around the world. Right, we're worried about those fucking, you know, 40,000 volt cables carrying all that fucking high energy fucking, you know, electricity from point A to point B. What it means is the fact you can put fucking solar farms in the middle of Australia, efficiently to power the whole of Australia. That's what it means.
Won't happen.
But this is the thing. This is the science. What I'm getting at is that, you've got to date these articles. That was discovered 6 years ago. Okay, the recent spate of articles, I think one of the YouTubers I watched, Hogstetter, I don't know if she's a science fucking guru. She's quite good. I can't remember. I'd have to go and find her name again. Somebody watching will probably remember. And I don't know, nobody's chatting. Not much going on there. We're still running, aren't we? Yes. We are still running.
Yeah. I hope so. I don't mind talking to myself. I do that right. Quite regularly.
So I just did a refresh. It seems to be still running properly. Yeah. People aren't talking, or people aren't chatting, giving us something to clue to talk about.
They're probably listening, was it? They're probably intently listening.
Well, I'm trying to listen to what I'm saying so I keep it on context, because I don't have a script here. Come on. But yeah, LK99, it's a newly discovered superconductor. What it means is the fact that it does change the whole power infrastructure of the world if it proves to be factual. Unfortunately, the group that's done it in Japan, there is some anomalous information. There's certain aspects of superconducting that aren't exhibited. Okay, so they can see that it does the magnetic effect of levitation above magnets. It does other certain properties that are conducive to superconducting at room temperature. And I think they worked out the high end temperature of this is about 105 degrees Celsius. Right.
Okay. In Japan, the low end would be the critical factor because they've got their high-speed train system like the Shinkansen, which does use magnetization.
Yeah.
So, but their weather changes are so extreme in Japan that they'd have to work out the high and the low.
Right. Yeah, but that's the thing. So it's just one of those two things. But, the trouble is nobody else has been able to reproduce it. This is what she's been sort of saying. So there's some anomalous information, and of course we're only talking something about the size of a grain of what do you call it, rice right now. That's what they're testing on. But yeah, it's interesting. I think the best superconducting we can get is about 173 degrees below Celsius, below 0 Celsius. Is about the highest superconducting temperature that we've got at the moment. But it does changes the whole dynamic if we can get it to room temperature. And yes, there'll be lots of changes in everything, once it rolls out. But again, I look at it from a different angle. I look at the science of there. It's all happening. It's all happening this year. This is the year it's going to happen, right? It's just breakthroughs in science and it's going to just completely do our head in. I feel I've got to stop reading my science journals. There's just too much to read now. Yeah, that's why I don't get my Thai lessons done, because Thai is not as interesting as science. I'm just weird, I guess.
No, well, the one thing you really need to do for learning language is find something you really enjoy. It doesn't matter whether it's...
But they don't see these science articles in Thai.
Well, that's what that's what you need to search for.
Yeah.
And then you've got to find them in Thai. Then you've got to break
that was the other thing I was trying to think of. Thailand's actually got a what do you call it? A division or a parliamentary group, right, or study going on about the feasibility of a space station, space launch platform here in Thailand.
Really?
Yep, it's in the works. They actually feel it's Sabine Hogstead. Yeah, thank you, John. God. Yeah, if you haven't watched her channel, it is absolutely amazing stuff. She's absolutely wonderful. And I highly recommend, if you're into science, she just puts it in a fashion that is, you can take it in episode by episode, and you feel good that you learnt something. That gives you a dopamine high because you're learning. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody.
I miss Professor Julius Sumnermiller. That's for the Australians.
I haven't seen him for 30 or 40 years.
Yeah.
But he was a classic. I remember that stuff. Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings?
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, was it?
A curiosity show.
That was what it was called. God, I love that shit. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm just a science guy, but I can't have trouble thinking down to that TikTok level. Oh my God. But
If you want to do TikTok, you got to get a cat. See,
that
should be your next dream. You should just set up a camera on Be My, and you'd make a monster, mate. Some of the stupid shit I've seen Be My do.
No, but she lies around in all I see her every day. Unless it's food time, she's just lying around. Typical. That's it. Nothing to deal with. And then she goes out and sits in the cubicle out there with the guard on the front gate, catching ginchoks and mice and presenting him with ginchok and mice. She only gets leftovers. I think he feeds it. Anyway, tip for learning Thai: get a good Thai English language book. Then make your own language sheets by topic, like bank, grocery store, and study your sheet right before you go to the store. Yes. I do similar things, but in a bit of a looser form. I'm a little bit more programmed when it comes to working with my neurons. If I'm going to do something, I do practice my typical response lines before I start the process. Because I know what they're roughly going to say, and I look for the variations in the speech pattern from the words I do know on how to respond correctly. But isn't that what we do with the English language? Do we actually sit down and listen to every word that we talk about when the word comes out? We know cues of speech patterns. That's where I am with the Thai language now. Is the key words, the key verbs. What's a noun? Looking at the sentence structure and whether it's said in joking fashion. Looking at the body language, and that's really sort of helping. But I still can't get my mouth around the words.
The tonals.
No, that's not the tones. Like Charles has told us, like he's been speaking Thai most of his life as a foreigner in Thailand. But he speaks fluent Thai, and he sort of says, "I don't give a fuck about the tones. Let them work it out." If I call your mother a horse, that's up to you to interpret that way.
Yeah, but that's trolls. That's trolls.
But that's the thing, you see. What he's getting at is just talk Thai. Don't worry about making mistakes. Like we're Australians, we make mistakes all the time when we talk, compared to the English language.
Well, when I was in Japan,
but it's accepted.
It's slightly different. When I was trying to interact with Japanese, I made mistakes because their syntax structure and they've got particles, part of their syntax. I won't go into particles. I'd get it wrong, but because the fact that I'm a Gaijin foreigner and I was at least trying, it was accepted that I was going to get it wrong, and it was polite to correct me. They've got a similar cultural situation as we do here in Thailand, where you can't really lose face to tell someone they're wrong and things like that. But they made let it go for foreigners if they made an attempt. And it's the same here in Thailand that I've found. If I make an attempt, I'll get that strange look like, what do you say? They'd think about it and go, oh, that's what he's saying, and then respond. But you've got to try. You've just got to try. That's all it is.
I think the typical response I get is the look of fascination when I actually answer in Thai, and it's pretty close to being accurate as well. On the simple statements and things like that. If I try to say it too fast, I get tongue-tied. And that's one of the things that I got to stop down is, as Australians, we do speak fast, and we just do it naturally. And that might be because of the fact that I grew up in Scotland in that formative years, and the Scots, do you think Australians speak fast? You should try keeping up with the Scotsman. Oh my God. Yeah, talk about getting your words out in one sentence. Yeah, Thais do it a lot. No, Thais do it, and so do Scots do it.
But listening's the other big thing.
Yeah.
I think David's into that as well. Need to listen
Hmm.
and think before you respond, because what you probably think they said may not be what they said, and if you respond in an interesting way, the conversation ends.
Yeah, talk about translators. I was reading this week, Google actually have, is it Google? I think it's Google, or it's one of the two. It's either Google or Apple. They're bringing out a direct translator app. It's currently supporting 4 languages that works through your earbuds.
Hmm?
I'd have to go and find the
Okay.
article. It's either Google or Apple, one of the two. But again, if it's Google, that's a fuck situation we got there, isn't it? Because look at all the other projects that they started and failed to get off the ground. But that's coming. A universal translator, basically.
Diminished responsibility. Learn a language so you can be accepted in that country. No, I'll just put my earbuds in.
Okay, here's a question, right? Learn the language. Okay, so to what level do you learn the language? Here's this hypothetical question, right? Okay, so you learn the language and you can understand everything a Thai says in every situation, but you can't speak. You can't speak it. You understand fully, so you respond in your own language, right, with the correct answer. Who is then at fault?
Well, then it's not a communication because it's only a one-way street.
But you've spent the time to learn their language, to understand to a comprehension, understanding level, but you've responded in your native language. They're the ones at fault because they don't understand your language.
But it's not their native language.
I know, but see what I'm getting at?
It's a circular argument.
I know, but see what I'm getting at. See, this is the interesting dichotomy of language. Right, it's general semantics and everything else. Yeah, you've got to find a common ground, and obviously, people are always hitting me on videos, about the cut down English and the broken Thai and things like that. Well, that's the language that we have developed between the two of us to maximise our comprehension, right? And I add new Thai words all the time. As I learn new Thai words, and I've got them, fitting in a particular memory location to replace the existing words, which is all I'm doing. And of course, I'm now forgetting English words. Supper lot, what's that?
Pineapple.
And that's one of the things you got to get used to. Depending on how often you use a word, it starts to get replaced with the Thai word all the time now.
Well, that's the other thing. I got an email the other week from a mate of mine in Japan, and he wrote it in Japanese, and I'm going, shit, I've forgotten.
Really?
I've forgotten that. And then I'm getting frustrated. How can I forget? I used to be able to respond to that email straight away, and it's like, okay, is the Thai language replacing the neurons that were Japanese related, or am I just being lazy? And it's sort of like, okay, the brain got shitty for about an hour, and I'm going, okay, you can fit in an hour's worth of re-practice of your Japanese. You still got your stuff on your laptop, and then I went double meltdown. My laptop's not working at the moment, so it's like, oh, shit, okay. So, all right, got to get back into sort of playing catch up now. Japanese is so similar to Thai in regards to the structure. I've just got to get back into doing it, and then see how. That's
all it is. It's just repetition. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just repeating the words over and over again. And it's the one thing I totally detested when I was at school. That's why I did not, matriculate properly, because I just could not deal with the repetition.
Well, how do we learn our multiplication tables? Repetition.
Yeah.
That's it. Plain and simple. If you put language into the concept of multiplication tables, you'll get an easier understanding of what context to put in that particular table. Like if you want to do travel, if you want to do cars, if you want to do cooking, if you want to do fashion, you put that into a table and you do your multiplications. It's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the one way to approach the language. Excuse me. But I was just thinking, just the total process of the language itself. I'm just trying to think where I've just taken that line of thought. And I've had a brain meltdown. Again, I'm going off on too many tangents of different things.
Well, you need to find something you're enthusiastic about. If you try and learn a language for the sake of just learning the language, you're not going to get far. If you're enthusiastic about, say in Thailand, temples and the religion, and you want to research that, well, that's your fascination, and you develop that with the Thai language. You could do it with cooking. You could do it with farming. You could do it with the architecture. You need to. If you just go, okay, I'm going to learn Thai. Why? Why factor? Why? For the sake of learning Thai, you're going to struggle because you don't have something you can focus your thought process on. Okay, I need, like you with your science journals. If you find Thai science journals, I think you're going to have a Cheshire cat grin and go, okay, I can actually, it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
But even like on the multiplication tables, like we've learned our multiplication tables in primary school, right? When we're building those neural pathways. So why are we covering them again in secondary school and in elective subjects and things like that? The same. This is what I found detracting from school, because you've got a class of 30 people, and you've got people like me and maybe John and Alice, who are exemplary in the fact that they can be taught once and they memorize it directly, and you've got the rest of the classes sitting there struggling with just that process of forming those neural pathways, and so they have to reinforce that learning process over 10 years. I didn't need that. I just found the fact that after the third recitation of a fucking times table, well, I've done that, you're wasting my time now, let's get on to something else. That was the way I functioned.
Everyone's an individual.
I know, this is the thing. I know my daughter, alternatively, when she went through school, she had special classes she could go to because they separated these gifted children from the rest of the pack. But they didn't have that in my schooling. Okay, the only thing I leveraged in my growing up is my father was a Fort Street alumni, right? And if you know Fort Street, it's you can get in if you pass the intellectual test and you have a parent that's been schooled, then of course you get accepted into the schooling. It's the most elective prior public school in Australia. Well, I don't know if it still is, but back in 1972 it was. It was quite well known in those channels, the fact that it's the high-end elective school, right? And unless, of course, you would live within the public school radius, which I think was 3 kilometres, you had to be accepted into the school, like getting into Harvard and all that sort of stuff. And it was I think it's basically based on an IQ test. And that was my first Mensa test, which I got 137 or something like that. And I was accepted. What I didn't realise was the fucking travel, like an hour and 20 minutes every day to school and back from Hornsby. That's what killed me. I got a lot of homework done.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You would have got some extracurricular activity.
Most of my homework was done by the time I got home, but it was just one of those sort of things. That school was good because I was learning English, I was learning French, German, Japanese. What else was I learning? I was learning fucking physics, chemistry, geography. This is first and second years at Fort Street. But the first 6 months of the curriculum, they just threw everything at you, and after 6 months you would then pick your electives when you were 12 years old. Not like waiting till third or fourth year in the standard public school system. You were doing electives right from the word go. And I just crammed it full. It was great. I was learning shit, and it was great. I loved it. But then I went to England, into a public school, then matriculated, came back. They wouldn't accept my matriculation. They said, do it again. No, I'm sorry, I cannot do that shit again. I listened to Farangs who speak Tinglish, and they then try to check myself and make it speak that way myself. Checking to say words that you hear wrong, and I hope I don't do that word that way. David, no, I don't believe repeating words over and over again is a good way to learn. not efficient. It is. It seems to me. It just seems like it's a waste of time. And we are time poor in this current world. Well, I'm not so time poor now. But I choose to spend it differently. Yes, I think I'm going to make a change in that.
You've got to put those words in context, David. Yeah, if you just learn the words in isolation, it's not going to be efficient. To learn the word, especially if you're trying to learn how to speak it, hear it, and write it, repetition is a good way to cement it because you're using the three factors. But then it's completely useless if you don't have it in context. So it all depends on the individual person as to what their learning style is. Like my learning style is completely different to Waz's learning style, but we seem to get to the same destination in different routes. But that's being an individual.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah, it's what's the objective? What's the goal?
Yeah.
Different ways to get to the goal. Chris, you're a bit late today. Good morning, or good afternoon, either way. Actually, no, aren't you over here now, Chris? I thought you said you were coming.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's probably down your way. Time for a beer.
He's John T. M. way, I think, from memory.
Yeah.
I apologise, Chris, if I got that location wrong.
Yeah, we got a boys' night out coming. Not this Saturday, not today, but Saturday week. If anybody's in, hit me up privately. I'll add you to the line group so you can get the heads up on that one. 18th
Number 18.
Okay, so I'm keeping track of all the people who. So I should keep a separate list of all this sort of stuff, but I'm trying to rely on my brain to remember it. But yeah, neuroplasticity is lacking in my area at the moment. But yeah, so I just lost train of thought again. I think I need a pipe. I'm going to make a mix. I'm going to make a mix. It seems to align. It seems to align the neurons properly. At the moment, my mind is going through 1,000 different things right now, and I want to do some more Conan in a minute.
Yeah.
I want to do some.
Fix my MacBook Pro.
Come and do some pools with me. Come on.
Then I'll get frustrated that I'm not working on my MacBook Pro.
Yeah, but you've been doing that for 2 days. Come on, I would have given up by now. We'll give it to a 15-year-old to sort the problem out.
No, I will not fail. I will not fail. No, well, I mean, today and yesterday were the first 2 days I've actually felt pretty
chipper.
human. So,
chipper, yes.
Yeah, chipper. Chipper's the word. So, as Craig, I went out for dinner last night at one of the restaurants and Mark introduced me. He said, you've actually got colour in your face. You're not sort of ashen grey and only speaking 3 words to say hello.
And I need a haircut, so it looks like you're going to do a trip to Thailand, to Bangkok again.
Haircut, yeah.
My haircut's due, so yours is due.
Oh, I did get a trim down here. I needed a trim. So... But no, Shanya's my go-to hairdresser.
Yeah.
She'll keep cutting my hair.
Just got to work it out. Time of the year for viruses. Yeah, well, Thailand, at that time of the year, because of the cooler weather. Mind you, we've had a spate of not only just Todd, but flu seems to be on the rise here in Thailand as well. They're sending out warnings for excess water at the moment again. Dengue fever is on the rise. We have got more water than expected. They're already starting to give us warnings about this year's cool season and potential floodings. We've got India suffering from heat waves. And I saw one image coming out of Arizona showing the heat wave in Arizona at the moment, which is like they had so many days over 100. It's not funny. But what they did, they used an infrared camera to show people on pedestrian crossing. I said, what a weak science experiment that one was. Of course it's going to show that people are that gullible to think that it's, really. Yeah, we are suffering from global climate change issues, which is climate change, right, because of what we're doing to the climate. right? But every place on this planet is going to be having different effects because of the way the Gulf streams work and the airflows work, and you know how Gaia decides to deal with the shit. But yes, let's see how that goes. You know, it's all culminating. I'm not going to be the bearer of bad tidings, but unless, of course, we do a change in direction, we're not looking like having a lot of fun in the next 10 years. I keep on repeating this. Ray Kurzweil will still firmly believes 2029. 2029, the singularity.
29, what's that?
The singularity.
6 years away.
Yeah.
I'm going to have 6 years of fun. Okay.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the singularity.
I don't care. I've got 6 years. If anything happens,
I see it happening now. This acceleration of knowledge is happening, right? We cannot deny it. It is happening so fast now. Even my brain struggles to keep up with things that I want to watch, because it's like just the AI, you know, because that's one of the things I'm hot on at the moment, just watching what AI is doing. Not so much what the good players or supposed good players are doing, it's what the nefarious players are doing. Writing exploits for, you know, hive computers and things like that, you know. Just give it a fucking task and you got code. There we go. Exploit that code vulnerability. Exploit this code vulnerability. You know, since our life is run on the internet, you know, we need to be worried about this shit. I'm sorry. I got this information from a book called Making It Stick. Okay. Sorry, Making It Stick.
Make it stick.
Make it stick. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, a better way to train vocabulary. Yes, struggle with retrieve the verbs. It is also relying on how you retrieve. Yes.
But you need the information in there in the first place.
Yep, that's the way it goes. But yes, so you know, again, like this accelerate. Robert Anton Wilson called it the jumping Jesus phenomena. You know, we are now seeing information being stored and doubled every 3 months on this planet. It's ludicrous. You see what Zoom changed their terms and conditions? They're going to now use Zoom meetings, Zoom verbal meetings, you know, where people's faces and discussions. They've been collecting all that. Now you've got to opt out for being used for AI training. So anything you say on Zoom can now be used to train an AI.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's happening. I'm sure it's happening with Google and Facebook already. But Zoom have turned around and openly said it. Yeah, privacy. Think of all those dystopian movies that exist where privacy has been sidelined. I don't like those societies. Maybe if I was 20 years old and I learned Kung Fu, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu and a few other Japanese words, I might do better. But yeah, such is life. How are we going for time? 48 minutes. Okay. Time to wrap the show up so we can get on and make some... time to wrap
it. We've got 12 minutes, mate.
That's all right. We've got 30 seconds for them to think about something and another 30 seconds for them to type it. Then we get some more questions to feed in and...
12 minutes, you can't cut people.
No, I'm not going to cut them off. It's all right. Since they're all coming in late. Haven't even seen Mr. Mayor Groves today. He's obviously out doing Mother's Day things with Mother. And is Bee's mother here? I'm sure Bee's mother's here, yes.
Yeah, they're in central Thailand.
Yeah. So they've probably done a run up north. I'm involved in a new project at the moment where team meetings and phone calls are strongly discouraged. They want face-to-face meetings and information exchanges. Yeah, I'm seeing that as well across the board. I think
old school.
No, but
awesome.
So it's more about exactly what's going on. There's more and more harvesting of data. This is what I mean. The data is doubling in capacity every 3 months. That's the problem. It's all being stored. It's all being used as evidentiary data that can be used nefariously for other tasks. And Ray Kurzweil basically says by 2029, the switch will be thrown where the AI will be let to run. The AI, the God AI, which will improve itself in nanoseconds as soon as it turns itself on, creating the singularity. And whether it does Skynet or just completely opens a fucking new reality to space-time or whatever, we don't know. There's sort of so many science articles about the singularity. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and it could be good. Could we all re-evolve into something else? Well, that's a hard one to sort of go down. What's that? I think it's for a better exchange of ideas.
For the face-to-face meetings.
Oh yeah, I think that there's certain nuances you don't get in a Zoom meeting. Did that guy shower this morning? I don't know how many times you went into those meetings and go, oh, who forgot to shower this morning? Oh my God, Jesus Christ! And I'm sitting three seats away from you, and I can smell him from here. Was this Johnny? G'day.
Hey, Johnny.
Go to Matilda's games on a couple of hours. What's the Matilda's?
Women's soccer.
Is that okay? Right.
International Women's Championship in Australia and New Zealand at the moment.
Shows you how much I don't follow sport. I don't have neuron space for sport. I'm sorry. I'm still confused why international sports stars get paid more than scientists. Really?
They're entertainers.
Well, I know. But only 1% of the entertainment actually get that sort of money. Rest of them are like me, making $30 a month,
What, 30? My God.
Oh my God.
30 a month?
Oh, and then there's this Patreon. That's another 60 cents.
Yeah.
Nearly 100. $100 a month for beers. Of course, somebody just gave us $30 for a couple more beers. That'll be next Saturday's drinking. But yeah. What else? So the singularity. You've got to read up. The reason why I use Ray Kurzweil is the fact that he's been making predictions for the last 30 years, and 85% of his predictions have been spot on, time-based predictions. The guy is a fucking supercomputer himself. Lives off what do you call it? Vitamin supplements. That's it. He's got he's got a few screws loose, right? Basically, he takes vitamin supplements in preference to eating food. Why? Because you just gain a little bit more like me. Why I take probably once every 3 or 4 days, I'll take a multivitamin. Only just the fact that I feel that maybe I'm just missing some particular, nefarious vitamin that's not in my diet. And I always feel better when I have one. I don't know, psychological. Just had one. It's all right. That should be good for 3 days.
Yeah.
Robert Graves did turn up. There you go. I was here listening, doing something else as well. Yeah, Bee's mother lives in Karat. Okay. I hope she has a good day. Did you send us what we were asking before, Robert? What were the flowers for Mother's Day? Come on, what are they?
I couldn't remember what particular flower in Thailand is associated with Mother's Day because I did see something pop up that they've tripled in price in the last 3 days or something. But it didn't sink in. I didn't have.
Yeah. Because you're not a mother.
No.
And you're not going to send them to your mother because you had a chat with your mother.
I had a chat with my mum yesterday, yes. It's not Mother's Day in Australia, but I do have a regular chat with my mum to make sure she's
daffodils.
Okay.
He says
no, it's not daffodils.
Chris said marigolds. Come on, come on. Robert's going to let people have a vote first. And then
I could do a quick search and it'll tell me, but I don't really want to, so...
So we're waiting for a moment for the answer. He's probably looking up in Google right now.
No, Bear Groves knows it off the top.
Bard, quickly, Bard. What is the? what is it? Okay, where's Bard?
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. I'll keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on chat and see who gets it first, Mayor Groves or was it? Here we go.
Go on, don't give you a head start.
Father's Day now, right? Yeah, go on, Chris.
It's jasmine. It's small, white flower. So you were right. You said something. You said chrysanthemums, which is a white flower. For its sweet fragrance and is often used in Thai cuisine, tea, and religious ceremonies. Jasmine is meant to represent the mother's unconditional love and purity. And all I can say is, I'd love to make a video to show exactly how dedicated Mother is for Ben. Right? It is an eye opener to the whole idea of how Thailand works. To see that, and it really has given me a completely different change of aspect of understanding Thailand. To see her dedication, right, to his well-being, and here's me watching for the last 4 months, and I've seen effectively no improvement, right? But she, every day, the whole process. It is absolutely amazing, the stuff that she goes through, and she still tries to get some of the stuff done in her little sewing bee, That's it, mate. I would have. I personally feel that I could not have done that if that was my sibling. Mind you, I really can't fall into. I just don't have the mental capacity to actually fall into that situation with my two siblings because they're both estranged. Do I have the same, connection that it makes sense? No, I have to quite admittedly, unless of course I'm put in that situation, I have to say I can't even imagine it. I don't have the ability to really fathom that level of depth of commitment. But yeah, it's just amazing just to see it. Other flowers that are popular Mother's Day: roses, carnations, geberas. What are geberas? A cheerful.
Gerbers.
Gerbers. I've never heard.
Gerbers.
Gerbers. Never. I've heard of gerbils, but never heard of gerbers.
One's a flower, one's an animal.
Yeah. But I've never heard of them. Orchids. Okay. Yeah. No matter what, make sure it comes from the heart. Your mother will appreciate the gesture, no matter what. There you go. So that's the end of that. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. How are we feeling?
Rose, I'm feeling. I mentioned it earlier. Yesterday and today, the first 2 days, I felt human. I'm not coughing. I haven't coughed once today. So, mind you, and I don't know how much detail to get into, the injection that the doctor gave me the other day, I'm going to go back to him and say, mate, thank you so much. You fixed me. But what the hell was in that injection? My body literally just released everything from everywhere. And that's all I'm going to say. I'll let the imagination go wild. But, yeah.
Okay, Carl Noonan Singh. You'll find out in 6 months' time what the genetics were.
So, yeah. No, Mayor Groves, getting there, mate. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's been great to have him back on the scene. It's been a little bit sort of quiet in the Discord channel. My brother's not been around as much.
When you can't even get yourself out of bed, you can't sort of drag yourself to the computer room, sit on the chair, turn the computer on.
Yeah.
Think about, okay, I don't want to be rude when I jump in the Discord. I don't want to just say 3 words and go, all right, I've had enough. I'm turning off and going back to bed now. So
yeah, Robert's just telling you to make sure your breasts don't grow bigger, but especially on your back.
What injections are you taking, Grovesy? I haven't heard of them. No, I was just told to bend over. The nurse came in, gave me this horse injection, and then 2 or 3 hours later, it's like, oh my God, I'm just releasing toxins and crap and everything it is. And then for 24 hours, I was just getting rid of stuff, as well as taking some horse tablets and everything else.
Horse tablets.
Yeah. Well, the antibiotic tablets were How do I complete? Here's my watch. They were like that size of my watch.
Yeah. Jeez. I noticed like. Amphetamine-based, Robert. Robert, that's the tattooist.
Amphetamine? No.
Sorry.
These
Yeah.
guys, people go off on tangents.
Don't they? Yeah, don't they? Yeah, they're always going off on tangents. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up here so that we can go and sort of talk while we're killing shit. Of course, it's night time.
I've got to fix the MacBook Pro. That's my
No,
job.
no, you're going to have to get in and get your rolls ready. Come on. We're gonna get some going.
I want this MacBook Pro fixed. That's my job today.
But what's it going to do? What's it going to do when it's fixed?
I've got to get into everything. I've got the stuff from my accountant that I've got to just make sure I've got everything.
Oh, yeah,
I've got the stuff so I can reply to my mate in Japan. It's just, I don't know. I don't like loose ends. My brain does not like loose ends.
That's the plan. Get Todd a tattoo. Well, he's got a couple.
I've got tattoos, Johnny. It's all right.
He's got military tattoos, secret men's club tattoos.
They do have meaning. They do have meaning. But I do want to get a yak stamp one day. Like there's a temple down towards Rayong where apparently there's a really good monk there. He's a really good yak stamp tattooist. So.
Well, all my tattoos are from visionary work that I've done. It's sort of like they're totems. That's my stuff. Tigers, crocodiles, lions, dragons.
Yes, Sakyank. I that's the problem with my grammar. I know the right word, but I say it in the wrong. Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, bathroom break time because I know I got one building up, and if you're up to hanging out and watching us slaughter a few animals, and
hang on, I better put that link in so people can do it. Hang on, give me 30 seconds. Where is it?
Oh, they should have subscribed to my Twitch already. Come on. If they're not following on Twitch, then they're slackers. But anyway, they'll get a notice on their email that I started streaming. So
hang on, I'll do this and make sure everything. There we go. It's there.
That's
no excuse.
Learning how to use Discord, like it's a no-brainer. Just click a button and away you work. But it's the worst part of our Discord is getting set up. Once you're in, it's just like any other messaging system, but a little bit more enhanced. But anyway, we're out of here. Have a good day. Let me get my close out music.
Alan's been listening in.
Who?
Alan's been listening in.
Has he?
Alan.
You're going to hang out with us next Saturday? Are you coming along with us next Saturday, Alan?
I think he's still in Pattaya, isn't he?
I don't know.
In Pattaya, yeah.
Quick, we'll wait 30 seconds for his reply on that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll reply in the line group, I'm sure, but
yeah, thank you everyone for their messages to check up on me. I really do appreciate it, so thank you.
Yep, okay. We'll do the closing screen and we'll get out of your face and we'll catch you on Twitch in about 10 minutes' time. Bye for now. I'm back in Bangkok, he says. Good. He should be coming with us next weekend. Next Saturday. Yeah.
I want you to lift me up so